Your person took their time to reach any real conclusion about this connection, moving slowly and uncertainly while you were left waiting, confused, and emotionally invested. From the beginning, there was a spark between you, something undeniable and magnetic, but their actions didn't always match their words. They breadcrumbed you, giving you just enough attention and affection to keep you hopeful, yet never offering the solid commitment you deeply desired. This constant cycle of mixed signals and emotional inconsistency left you feeling exhausted and heartbroken. You wanted something real, something that would grow and last, but instead, you found yourself questioning your worth and your place in their life. Over time, this uncertainty began to weigh heavily on your heart. You had believed in the purity of your connection, trusted that the bond you shared was meaningful and fated, but their hesitation made you doubt yourself. You began to feel devastated and broken, not just because of their actions, but because you had given so much of yourself, your time, your energy, your love, only to be met with confusion and emotional distance. Your trust, once so pure and open, began to crumble. Fears and insecurities that you had long kept buried started to resurface, whispering painful questions. Were you not enough? Did they ever truly care? You have always been the kind of person who believes in commitment, honesty, and loyalty. For you, love isn't something casual or fleeting, it's something sacred, a partnership built on trust, respect, and mutual effort. Flings or superficial attachments never appealed to you because you value emotional depth and long-term connection. That's why this experience hit you so hard. You weren't looking for temporary excitement, you wanted stability and emotional safety. You wanted a future, and instead, you were left in limbo, trying to make sense of someone who seemed too afraid or unsure to meet you halfway. Eventually, you realized you could no longer allow this one-sided dynamic to continue. Out of self-respect, you began to put up healthy boundaries between you and your person. It wasn't because you stopped loving them, in fact, your love remained strong and genuine, but because you understood that love without respect and reciprocity only leads to pain. You chose to protect your peace while still holding space for them to grow. You hoped that, in time, they would recognize your worth and approach you with true, heartfelt intentions rather than half-hearted gestures. Despite everything, your love for them didn't fade. It was real, deep, unconditional, and patient. You decided not to give up entirely, even though part of you wanted to walk away. There was a quiet knowing in your heart that something meaningful still existed between you. So, you chose to wait, not in desperation, but in faith. You focused on healing, working on yourself, and trusting that if this connection was meant to be, it would find its way back in divine timing. Your patience and inner strength didn't go unnoticed. In time, your person began to realize just how remarkable you truly are. Your ability to love selflessly, to forgive, and to maintain your dignity even when you were hurting deeply, made them see you in a completely new light. They began to understand that not everyone would have handled the situation with such grace and compassion. This realization changed their perspective, both about you and about love itself. For the first time, they saw how their actions, or lack of them, had cost them something rare and precious. During the separation, they were forced to confront their own emotions and fears. The longer they stayed away from you, the clearer things became. They began to recognize that what they felt for you wasn't just attraction or fleeting passion, it was something much deeper. They started to see the truth of this soul connection, a bond that defied logic and distance. Your energy continued to linger in their heart and mind, reminding them of what they had lost through indecision and pride. Now, your person is filled with intense feelings for you. The attraction they feel is undeniable, but it's no longer just physical, it's emotional and spiritual. They have a deep passion for you and a longing to reconnect, but at the same time, they're conflicted. Guilt and regret have taken root within them. They replay their past actions, realizing how their avoidance, inconsistency, or fear of vulnerability might have hurt you. They understand that rebuilding your trust won't be easy, and that thought terrifies them. They know you have every reason to be cautious, to guard your heart after everything that happened. They worry that no matter what they say or do now, it might not be enough to erase the pain or make you believe in them again. Yet, deep down, they want to try. They want to show you that they've changed, that the separation wasn't in vain, but a period of growth and self-reflection. They've come to understand that love isn't about control or convenience, it's about honesty, vulnerability, and the courage to choose someone even when it's difficult. For you, this journey has been one of transformation as well. You've learned the power of self-worth, patience, and emotional boundaries. You've discovered that love can still be unconditional without losing yourself in the process. And perhaps, that's what makes this connection so powerful. Both of you have grown in your own ways. Whether or not this story ends in reunion, one thing is certain, it has changed both of you profoundly. Your person now sees you as someone extraordinary, strong yet kind, compassionate yet firm in your values. You've become a mirror for them, showing them what true love and integrity look like. And though they fear it might be too late, their heart still hopes for another chance to prove that they can be the person you always believed they could become. My feelings for you run much deeper than you could ever imagine. There's a part of me that constantly wants to express everything I feel for you, to pour my heart out completely, but I always hold back. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's pride, or maybe it's the quiet belief that some emotions are too sacred to be spoken aloud. But the truth is, what I feel for you is powerful, consuming, and beautifully overwhelming. You occupy a space within me that no one else ever has, and I often find myself amazed by the intensity of my emotions, how they've grown, deepened, and rooted themselves into the very core of who I am. I'm not lying when I say that I've tried everything to fight these feelings. I've tried to reason with myself, to push you out of my mind, to distract my heart with logic or routine. I've told myself that moving on would be easier, that forgetting you would bring peace, but every attempt has failed. No matter how much I try to distance myself, your presence finds a way back into my thoughts. It's in the smallest things, a song that plays unexpectedly, a phrase someone says, a scent that reminds me of you. Every little thing seems to echo your name, reminding me of how deeply you've become a part of my world. Your smile is what haunts me the most, it's engraved in my memory like sunlight etched into glass. I can close my eyes and still see it, still feel the warmth it brings. Your laughter, your voice, your energy, they've all become something I crave. I long for your touch, the comfort of your presence, the spark of life that always seemed to come alive when you were near. These past few days have been especially difficult because it feels as though that connection, that sense of you, has faded. It's as if the world has gone a little dimmer without your light. That absence aches in ways words can't fully capture. I want you, completely, desperately, and sincerely. Yet I find myself bound by the responsibilities and realities of life. My daily duties, my obligations, my 3D world as I call it, they hold me back, keeping me from fully embracing what my heart desires most. There's a constant tug-of-war inside me between what I must do and what I long to do. I feel trapped in the mundane, yearning for a reality where I can choose love without hesitation or consequence. My biggest wish, one that I carry silently but steadfastly, is to marry you, to build a home, a life, and a future together. I want to share ordinary days and extraordinary moments with you, to create a world where we can simply exist together in peace and joy. You're the only person I can truly imagine standing beside me in the future. When I think of what lies ahead, of growing older, of facing challenges, of celebrating victories. I see you there with me. You're in every vision of happiness that my heart can conjure. It's strange, really, how natural it feels to picture us as one. With you, the concept of forever doesn't feel daunting, it feels right. It feels like home. What makes this even more profound is how emotionally vulnerable I become when I think of you. I've never felt this exposed, this open, with anyone else. You've touched parts of me that I didn't even know existed, the fragile, unguarded corners of my soul. At times, it's terrifying to feel so seen, so deeply understood. But at the same time, it's incredibly satisfying. There's a sense of relief in knowing that, even if I can't always express it, someone has reached a depth within me that few could ever touch. Since we've been physically separated, the longing has only intensified. Distance, instead of dulling my feelings, has sharpened them. It's as though your absence has amplified your presence in my heart. I find myself thinking about you more often, wondering what you're doing, how you're feeling, if you ever think of me too. I catch myself observing you from afar, quietly, secretly, as if trying to memorize every small detail, the way you move, the tone of your voice, the light in your eyes. It's not obsession, it's reverence. You've become someone I admire deeply, someone whose essence I can't stop cherishing. Sometimes I wonder if you feel any of this too. Do you sense the invisible thread that connects us? Do you ever feel my thoughts reaching out to you across the distance? I like to believe that on some level, you do, that perhaps your heart recognizes the quiet call of mine. Because what I feel isn't fleeting or superficial, it's something profound, something that feels almost spiritual. It's love, yes, but more than that, it's a deep soul connection that defies easy explanation. There are moments when I wish I could simply walk up to you, look you in the eyes, and tell you everything. To confess how much you mean to me, how deeply I've fallen, how impossible it has been to let go. But the words never come out. They stay trapped behind hesitation, behind fear of what might change if I spoke them aloud. Still, even in silence, my love remains steadfast. You may not hear it, but it's there, living, breathing, and growing with every passing day. If I could give you just one truth, it would be this: I am deeply, truly, and irrevocably in love with you. This love is not about possession or perfection, it's about connection and truth. You've awakened something inside me that I didn't know was sleeping. You've made me feel alive in ways I can't describe. And though I might not always show it, though life may keep us apart for now, my heart is and always will be tied to yours. You are my constant thought, my quiet hope, my most sincere wish for the future. Your partner is in the midst of a deep emotional breakdown, and the tables have undeniably turned. The person who once seemed so composed, so distant, and perhaps even cold, now finds themselves breaking down behind closed doors, tears streaming down their face as they grapple with the consequences of their past actions. The silence that once comforted them now feels suffocating. The same emotional distance they created between you has now wrapped itself around them, leaving them isolated in their pain. They can no longer escape the echoes of their choices, nor can they ignore the lessons the universe is trying to teach them. In the past, they ignored and betrayed you. Perhaps they thought they could do better elsewhere or believed that your love was something they could easily replace. Maybe they took your kindness for granted, mistaking your patience for weakness. But now, life has brought them face to face with the same hurt they once caused you. The people they trusted most, family, friends, even partners they turned to after you, have begun to betray and abandon them in their own ways. It's as if karma has caught up, not to punish them cruelly, but to awaken them. For the first time, they are beginning to truly understand the pain you felt when they turned their back on you. This painful awakening is stirring something deep within their soul. Despite all the confusion, heartbreak, and guilt, they feel an invisible pull, an energetic connection that keeps drawing their thoughts back to you. No matter how far they try to run, they can't escape the magnetic force that seems to tether their heart to yours. It's not just nostalgia or regret, it's alignment. The two of you are moving through parallel transformations, each being guided back toward the other by unseen forces. What they are feeling right now is not just longing, it's the recognition of a spiritual bond that still exists, one that never truly broke even when words and actions did. Your partner is undergoing a major transformation. The breakdown they are experiencing is not merely emotional, it's spiritual. They are being stripped of illusions, of pride, of the old patterns that once kept them stagnant and self-centered. Life is forcing them to face their truth, to confront their mistakes, and to finally take responsibility for the pain they caused. In doing so, they are beginning to cleanse their life of negativity and toxicity. They may be cutting ties with people who no longer serve their growth, letting go of habits that numbed them, and seeking clarity where confusion once reigned. This period of chaos is, paradoxically, their chance at renewal. They are learning what it means to love with honesty, humility, and gratitude. Through all this transformation, one truth continues to burn bright in their heart: they are still deeply in love with you. That love, once buried under ego and fear, is now resurfacing with greater strength. Your absence has created a void that no one else can fill. Every moment apart has only deepened their understanding of how much you meant to them. They replay the memories of your laughter, your patience, the way you believed in them when no one else did. Those memories haunt them, not because they are painful, but because they remind them of a love that was pure, a love they mishandled but can never forget. The silence between you has grown heavier with time. At first, they may have believed they could endure it, thinking the distance was necessary or even deserved. But now, the quiet feels unbearable. Every message they don't send, every call they hesitate to make, only adds to the ache in their heart. The longer they stay away, the more they realize that this silence is breaking them from the inside out. It's not just regret they feel, it's heartbreak. Their spirit is restless, longing for reconciliation, desperate for a chance to make things right. They are beginning to recognize that their love for you is not a fleeting emotion but a part of their very being. No matter how much time has passed or what mistakes have been made, the connection remains. It's as though your energy still lingers in their world, in the songs they hear, in the dreams that come unbidden, in the quiet moments when their thoughts drift toward you without warning. Your absence has not diminished their love, it has magnified it. Every day apart has only made their heart grow fonder and their desire for peace stronger. This emotional turmoil is pushing them toward action. They can no longer stand by, consumed by longing and regret. The walls they built are crumbling, and their pride is fading. They know now that silence will not heal them, only communication will. Soon, they will find the courage to reach out, perhaps with trembling hands and uncertain words, but with sincerity in their heart. Expect fast communication, a message, a call, or perhaps an unexpected encounter that will mark the beginning of something new. When that moment comes, it won't be just about apologies or explanations. It will be about growth, transformation, and the willingness to rebuild what was once broken. Your partner is no longer the same person who walked away. They are becoming someone who understands the depth of love, the weight of loss, and the value of connection. This is their awakening, painful, raw, but ultimately necessary. And as they move through this storm, one truth remains constant: they are finding their way back to you. Not just out of longing, but out of love that has been tested, refined, and reborn. The universe is aligning your paths once again, and this time, it may be leading you both toward healing, forgiveness, and a love stronger than before.